Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we'll be doing for ourselves a bit of a recovery oriented practice, specifically in the realm of restorative yoga. So, a few things you're going to need. You're going to want to have for yourself either a yoga bolster or a firm cushion that has some length to it that you can use for folding and whatnot. Your blocks, of course, and blanket. But once you have those materials gathered for yourself, we'll start ourselves in a seat for now. Just facing what you deem to be the top of your mat. As your sit bones create a place, make space on the ground. Take a breath in through your nose. And then for this first exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Just feeling what that does internally for actively releasing the air with an audible sensation. Inhaling again. And then sighing it out through the mouth with your exhale again. And then doing that same style of breath a couple more times. You really come to feel how the shoulders will soften, how the chest itself will enclose, almost hollowing into your heart center when you breathe out. And especially taking that open mouth sigh, the body feels inclined to naturally soften and sink down into the place that you're making. Another breath here. And just doing this breath for another moment or so. And it is here that I invite for you, as mentioned, an intention of recovery. When you think of recovering, it's a time of mending your body, mending your mind, and especially if you move through particularly rigorous forms of physical activity, or even just stay sedentary in certain shapes throughout your day. When you're recovering your body, you're bringing it back to a place of knowing, to a place of familiarity, to a place that you simply recognize a little more in yourself. So we'll use that approach as we take a few longer held postures while supported by your various props. Full transparency, there will be very little movement in this practice as it is meant to be a way of existing in a space which might go against those general needs of trying to always be doing something, always trying to act, always trying to be active. But the moments of rest and recovery can really allow you to reach different places when you are involved in more physical activity. So, all of that shared, just gonna start by warming up the neck and the spine a little bit. So on an inhale, dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. And then exhale, the chin's just gonna skate across the surface of your collar. Next inhale, left ear is at your left shoulder. And then exhale, release the neck behind you, just to get a throat stretch here. Take another 2 to 3 more neck circles to this right side. Maybe your breath is still moving a little fast, and that's totally fine. It's just about noticing the range and motion in your neck. and what feels comfortable here. Good. Take another 3 or 2 circles to the left now, left ear to left shoulder, across the collar to the right shoulder, and then back through your center or with that release. Nice. And when that last neck circle completes itself, return to your center. Just gonna warm up the spine a bit. As you breathe in, arms are gonna extend out in front like you're giving a hug to the space in front of you. And then exhale, softening in your rib cage just so that the hands curve and curl inward. Inhale again, arms open out wide, rib cage expanded. And then exhale once more, hollowing your heart, deep curve in your spine to give that hug. Take another 3 or 4 more, depending on your form of breath. Nice work. As that last cycle finishes, return to your center. Couple shoulder circles, each direction for you. And then after those shoulder circles, shake the body out, drink some water a bit if you need. So, setting up for your first longer held shape. You're gonna wanna grab that cushion or bolster. As you shift back, legs fan out to the sides. There are a few ways you can approach this shape. Now the bolster or that cushion will be laid out in front of you. You can lay it flat on the ground for a fold, or you can set that bolster or cushion in a bit of a diagonal for your forehead to rest on. But we'll be moving into what's called your fan pose or that straddle fold. So, once you've decided how you want to orient this, take a breath in through your nose, and then exhale, hinging forward softly. Your forehead's then resting on that cushion, or your chest is folding forward toward that bolster or cushion again. Now, if you'd like a little more elevation, your blocks can come with you. Just heightening that ramp, and then you can fold yourself like so. Just here for a couple minutes, so take your time finding a form of this that feels good. And know that every posture you move through today can be held for longer periods of time if that's what your body needs. And then it's just about breathing, just about sinking forward to a place that feels good for you. You're feeling your shoulders go wide as you fold forward. Arms can grow heavy and peel you down to the ground a bit. And then if you are using the ramp, you can always have your hands around the blocks, just giving a little hug From here, it's just a matter of breathing and letting your body sink into the fold for another 1.5 minutes. Doing great. Just another 5 or 6 more breaths. But really feeling you yourself use your lung capacity as you breathe in. And equally using your capacity as you breathe out, knowing that every atom of space is utilized. Nice. Next, inhale. You're very gently peeling your body back toward your center. Spine comes neutral. And then just setting your props to a side, just for the moment. Exhale, hands ring your legs back to center. Shake it out a bit. Even bending the knees, pointing and flexing the feet a couple times. So, as that feels good for you, you're just going to choose a side, left or right. The legs are going to swing behind you briefly so that you can gather that bolster or cushion again. Lay it horizontally, just along the surface of your mat. And then take your left hip. Set that left hip. I have it against that base part of the bolster or cushion. Legs are going to come out just a little bit with your left hand just on top of that bolster. So this is called your side seal pose. We're going to take a breath in here. And then breathe out. Start sliding that left arm so that your spine begins folding itself along the side of your ramp. Now the idea is you're going to feel just along the side of your ribs press itself down, which will then provide a bit of a stretch for your right side as you fold yourself on. Your right hand is moving just in front of your face. And then as for your legs, you can keep the knees stacked on top, or you can slide that right leg off a little bit. A little bit longer here for 3 minutes, so take your time settling in. This particular recovery practice is a more generalized experience, so not one particular muscle group is being targeted. It's just a general recovery for the body, and especially if you like to do any kind of ab work, any kind of chest work, or lifting. You might find a little bit of recovery resonance here. But for now, take another couple minutes, be with your thoughts. Find the places where you can relax into this pose and breathe. As you've got another minute and 15 seconds, you can always scoot those left fingers a little further out, which might deepen you into that rib extension. I have my left ear resting just beside my left shoulder, but you can always just slide the ear off so that you get more of a stretch through your neck. You've just got another 5 more breaths. Nice work. Last breath here. So starting with if you slid that right leg off, you're just gonna bring the legs back together, one on top of the other. And then inhale, press into your right palm, just to drag that left arm back in. And when the left hand is by your face, exhale. Walk the hands back to center, peeling you off your cushion. Nice place to do a couple neck circles. And again, drink some water if you have need. So, gonna take that same posture on the left. So how that will feel, you're just gonna roll yourself over, so that now I have my right hip against that downward side of your cushion or bolster. Right hand is going to be out in front, so that when you're ready, inhale, slide that right arm as you start laying your ribs and your side body over your bolster. Little bit more quiet here as your body has found some familiarity. So legs can stack. You can slide that top leg off a bit. Take another 3 minutes here and breathe. And I will share, at least for this part, if you feel like your thoughts begin to get a little louder because they're trying to pass the time, think about coming back to your breath, maybe deepening how much more time you inhale through your nose, and then exhale through your nose, sigh or yawn through the mouth, so that you're really allowing yourself to turn down the volume of your thoughts and be more aware of what your body is telling you in the present. You're past the halfway point, you're doing great. Keep breathing, and I'll let you know when it's time to move. And offering yourself another 3 more breaths. And just like before, if you slid that left leg off a bit, just gonna stack the legs back on top of each other, knees are bent softly. So that on an inhale, you're dragging that right arm back to the ground. And then exhale, press into both hands just to walk yourself off of your cushion. Another good place to do some neck circles. Shake the body out a bit if you need. And then when that time has served you, you're just going to turn your cushion toward the top of your mat long ways. And then from this hip that you're sitting on, palms come to the ground. You're going to slide your knees out to the edges of your mat as we move into your child's pose. Now, you can set that bolster between the knees so that when you go down, you have the bolster itself to lay on. Just like with your fan pose or that straddle fold earlier, you can make a ramp. Just allow the body to lay on the ramp. But when you've decided what you'd like to do, take that breath in, make sure your toes behind you are either touching or have a little space between, and then exhale, peeling down for another 4-minute posture. Now with using your cushion, you can always take an ear or cheek and place it on your cushion so that you get a little more neck focus. I'll let you know when the halfway point is there so that you can change sides. But for now, just breathe. And think about feeling your hip space gradually sit back down toward the ground. Connect to your heartbeat against the surface of your cushion. It might be amplified or more reverberative because of being close to a solid contact surface. But use that pattern of your heartbeat to connect you to what your body is feeling. Feel supported. Feel held. Feel trusted. Just to rest as you need to. And breathe. As you're at that halfway point, you're welcome to turn your ear or cheek to the other side. Just another 2 more minutes here. How are you feeling? Breathe. another 4 more breaths where you're at. From your chosen side, take an inhale, just to bring your chin to the surface of your cushion or prop, and press the palms on the ground as you exhale, just so that your chest rises off of your prop surface. From here, you're just choosing a side to very gently shift your body toward. Your legs are going to swoop around just enough to make some space. Good point to shake the body out again and drink some water if you need. As you have one more pose that is going to serve as your Savasana offering today. There aren't a whole lot of inversions in a restorative yoga class, basically where your legs are in a higher position than your tailbone. But we do have access to one inversion that you can use with this ramp setup that I have. So, when you've hydrated yourself enough, you're going to set your legs on top and lay your body down on the ground, making sure you've got your tailbone against the base of your ramp as you breathe. And this is going to be that final resting pose. It's both an inversion and a spine release, as you're just being given a chance for your legs to feel supported by the bolster, by the ramp. So, there usually aren't too many postures that are a part of a restorative practice. It's usually a maximum of 5 to 6, just so that you really get to spend some time in each of them and not feel like you have to move out of it right away. So, it is here that I offer some time to reflect on this recovery journey with your mat today, while you remember your breath, while you honor your heartbeat. It will be a slightly extended Savasana, just taking a little extra time. So be kind to yourself in the settling. Soften in the places in your body where you can soften with ease, with comfort and organicity. And enjoy your Savasana. Thank you for all that you do on and off of your mat. I'll bring you back to the here and now shortly. starting to bring some awareness back to your body as the time has come to begin guiding yourself back to the here and now. Allow that opportunity to connect once more to your breathing. Inhaling through the nose, observing the breath as it passes down to the lungs. And then exhaling through the nose, or taking a big sigh, yawn through the mouth, like you did at the beginning. In time, you might start wiggling the fingers and toes. Just as in time, you might start circling the wrists and ankles. Just as in time, you're welcome to offer any movements for yourself that honor and strengthen your return to this corporeal plane. And then in that process of return, take another breath in through the nose, so that on your exhale, your knees are going to bend, bringing your feet onto your ramped cushion, and then just tipping your body to a side so that you can bring your legs up and off and gather with me in a final seat somewhere in the vicinity of your space. Because it's all about finding a planted place with your sit bones, spine lifting up to the sun, as the arms, legs, and eyes seal your recovery-oriented practice in a shape that serves you. For indeed, coming back to that intention of recovery, it's not a whole lot of postural movement, but giving yourself time to live in these propped and supported shapes can allow you time to observe what your body is doing and how it's mending itself from strenuous physical activity. Even repetitive motions like looking to the sides, like sitting in a chair all day, or any kind of, again, rigorous physical activity merits time being tender and kind with yourself. And that's what this practice aims to illustrate. And with that, I hope that you have enjoyed this time that you've spent with me on your mat today. It has been my humble, happy honor to have guided you through this more restorative yoga practice. And thank you for trusting me to take you on this journey today. Until we meet each other on our mats, the luminosity in me honors, cherishes, and celebrates the luminosity in yourself. Shanti. Namaste. Again, I thank you so much for taking a part of your day to join me on this restorative practice. Even if not all of these props join you on any of your journeys with your mat, it could be nice to have them nearby, especially for a savasana. You can offer any of those restful shapes just to let you sink in a little bit deeper and have a different experience with your yoga practice. So again, I thank you, and until we meet each other on our mats again, Namaste.